Vandeham
Hare Krishna. Welcome all to
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. So welcome all to this wonderful Tuesday evening. We are very happy to welcome all the wonderful GRS devotees. Today we're just going to have a small chat talk to just share our realizations on our regular Srimad Bhagavatam reading on the wonderful occasions of this Badra Purnima celebrations. We thought we'll just have a quick chat across Singapore. We have multiple devotees gathered here today. We have devotees in three different groups. We have devotees, Prabhuji specifically focused groups, where one group is from Tampines, from the far east this side, the far west from Taman Jurong and Jurong areas also. We have three groups here today. And then we wanted to just give and share our realizations too. So welcome all to this wonderful small session. So I'll just start with our Tulsi Charan Prabhu. Tulsi Charan Prabhu has been with GRS for a very, very long time, and then he has been practicing Krishna consciousness for almost now more than 15, 20 years now. And then his reading along with other devotees has been very inspirational. So I will start with Tulsi Charan Prabhu. Please, Tulsi Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, devotees. I would like to share how regularly hearing and reading Srimad Bhagavatam help us to develop faith in Krishna consciousness. I started my Krishna consciousness journey way back in 2010, but I was very not interested in spirituality. But some devotee inspired me to just join one online classes. Actually, he literally begged me to join one online class of Srimad Bhagavatam. And when I joined that first class, it was totally mesmerized me, and I continued to complete Srimad Bhagavatam with those team for the next 6 years of my life. And one thing I realized from these classes was that Srimad Bhagavatam is not just theoretical knowledge or any bookish knowledge. Each and every verse in Srimad Bhagavatam which we can apply in our lives and see the transformation and bliss which we receive in our heart. The one verse which really struck me was 285 from Srimad Bhagavatam, which says that how this process is so easy. Krishna says that Pravishta Karnarendrena Swanam Bhavam Saroruham Shunoti Savardhamalam Krishnam Salilasa Yatasharat. We don't have to do anything. Just by hearing, we have to pay attention to Srimad Bhagavatam, and rest of the work is totally done by Krishna. He is the one who gives us total bliss, removes all the hankerings from our heart, removes anger and all the anarthas in our heart. And sometimes we may think it's all theoretical knowledge, but I will just give one example of me. Last year, I lost my job, and within few months, I also lost my wife. And it was very overwhelming for me to face these challenges in real life. But some devotees inspired me to start reading Srimad Bhagavatam again regularly. And when I started doing that back again, I found that there is nothing in this world which can solve our material problem. But just by regularly hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, we can face any challenges with smile and with encouragement, so that we can continue our life by taking our responsibilities seriously and taking shelter of Krishna's holy name. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Wonderful, Prabhu. I still remember your beautiful smile. I have always, like, even during the difficult times or the most toughest times, whenever I see you, the beautiful smile in you demonstrates that the Dridhavrataha, the determination. And then the point that you mentioned, even during the worst time and the best times, continue reading Bhagavatam, and Bhagavatam is the only solace. Yeah, and then you touched upon a very nice point. Another point you mentioned about that, Srimata Aswakta Krishna Punya Shavana Kirtanaha. Rather than the Stabadhrani, like, I think everything will be destroyed just by listening to Srimad Bhagavatam. Very nice, Prabhu. Thank you so much. I'll just quickly get into the far west side with our Vanabihari Prabhu. So Vanabihari Prabhu and his group of devotees, Sundar Gaur Prabhu and then Haladar Prabhu, and all just started reading Bhagavatam, specifically from last year under their instructions of their Guru Maharaj. So I just wanted to get some thoughts from Vanabihari Prabhu. Vanabihari Prabhu, please. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu, for the opportunity. Yeah, for me, I used to listen Srimad Bhagavatam classes online from Guru Maharaj, but I never had a chance to study it systematically. Like only recently, a year back, following Guru Maharaj instructions, we started this reading group. Every morning we read a few verses of Bhagavatam with devotee groups. So what we do is we take few verses and then read translation, and also along with that we also share some realizations, like how what is the key things that we can understand and then apply it in our day-to-day life. So this helps us to actually how to handle the situations, even be it like a very happy situation or be it a distressful, but it teaches us like how we can actually depend on Krishna in all times. So that's a very key learning for me. Yeah. So my Guru Maharaj usually often quotes this Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur saying. It goes that even even if all the books in the universe are burnt, there is no harm if only Srimad Bhagavatam is left. So that is the emphasis on the Srimad Bhagavatam. So it is the life, and it is the essence. One understand how the goal of life and one has to lead the life. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu.
Very
Thank you,
nice,
sir.
Prabhu. I think you ended very nicely. It is the life untouched. And very importantly, I think reference from Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is also absolutely nice. I think also the other point that you mentioned, like now, the best time and the best time, but it gives us the motivation. It gives us that particular way of how to handle issues, how to overcome situations, and then keep ourselves in a very composed state. Yeah, very nice, Prabhu. As I was mentioning, we have three different groups. The one group from the Tampines, the other group from Jurong, then there's another group from far from a place called Tamanjurong, little more far away. There are some silent performers I know. Like for example, I will call upon Mohan Krishna Prabhu. He has been reading along with us for almost 10 to 11 years now, undergoing many different tribulations. Mohan Krishna Prabhu, you want to share any specific thoughts, Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Uh, we are start to read some Srimad Bhagavatam every day in the mornings around 6 a.m. Through the beautiful stories and teachings, the Bhagavatam gives practical lessons like how to face challenges with a faith, how to purify our heart through devotional services, and how to experience real life. In today's world of stress, especially in work stress and the distraction, the Bhagavatam is like a lighthouse to guide us to back to Godhead through the devotional service. Reading Bhagavatam is on daily basis give us a spiritual strength to tackle our day-to-day problems. It is also help us to connect with the Srila Prabhupada through his purport. Daily readings of Srimad Bhagavatam is really a tough task, but if we make it a habit and a part of our routine life, it gives us great happiness and strength in our spiritual life. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Haribol. I think you are very sincere and then honest in revealing. Yeah, it is tough. It is not that easy. Like, sometimes Monday morning we have all kind of issues, tensions, and then Sunday would have been a very peaceful day. And then Monday morning come read means then we are into so much of stress. But yeah, I touched upon a very nice point. Prabhu. Thank you. I think even during the Corona time, I remember the studying continued, difficult situations. The Corona period had a lot of back and forth activities, but just reading alone kept us motivated. Yeah, wonderful. Nice, Prabhu. Thank you. I'll get into Sundar Gopal Prabhu. Sundar Gopal Prabhu, I think he also joined our Vanabiha Prabhu group together and then started reading. And he's also a very nice, sincere devotee, doing a lot of specific services in the center. So, Sundar Gopal Prabhu, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for giving the opportunity. And I'm really thankful to Guru Maharaj who has inspired us to start reading Srimad Bhagavatam on daily basis. So I'm very glad to share the experience of reading daily morning, right, Srimad Bhagavatam, which we spend around 45 minutes to 1 hour daily on reading the Srimad Bhagavatam. And under the guidance of Srila Prabhupada and in association of One Bihari Prabhu and Haldar Prabhu. So the daily reading doesn't it's not just about the information. It is I would say a spiritual surgery right on the heart, and it provides a higher taste compared to the material sense enjoyment which we on day-to-day basis, like what we are have been going through throughout our life. So it's give a higher spiritual taste. And the sound vibration of Srimad Bhagavatam is so powerful that simply by hearing, we get purified. Okay, so the purification we can, I will say, experience it in our life, right? So last 1 year, we have been so much like practically experiencing the little bit purification. I'll not say like we have reached to higher stage, but at least a slight change what we can see compared to what we were there in 2 years back, 5 years back. So those small changes what we can see in our life, it's quite visible. And we receive so many practical guidance on day-to-day activities, how we should be dealing with like as Tulsi Charan Prabhu was sharing his like experience, right? So the guidance that we receive from Srimad Bhagavatam is invaluable. And that we feel the most important is like we feel the presence of the Lord in that 45 minutes, 1 hour which we spend. We feel we are along with the Lord. We feel we are along with the devotees, the pure devotees. So that is the experience which we don't get throughout the day. Then, so in fact, as Prabhupada mentioned, right? So Bhagavatam is literal incarnation of the Lord, and so by reading it, we are directly associating with Krishna and the pure devotees. Thank you so much, Prabhu,
Very
for
nice, very nice,
inviting us
very
for
nice.
this.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely, Prabhu. It is all just a sharing of realization. I think you also touched a very important point. Like it is a major purification process that happens automatically on a daily basis. We ourselves don't know what kind of purification we are undergoing, but we still continue to do that purification process over the years. That what do you say, that Kata Ruchi, that Vasudeva's Kata Ruchi you will start getting it when you continuously keep going on and on. That yeah, wonderful, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Then I'll get into yeah, I'll go for Ram Raghuveer Prabhu. He's also very silent. He comes to the center, takes up the one specific service, and then performs that service and just goes back. But he's also part of the reading group on a very regular basis. He's very regular, joining us on a daily basis to read. Ram Raghuveer Prabhu. Ram Raghuveer Prabhu comes from even far away from Jurong, more to the complete west of Jurong. Yeah, Ram Raghuveer Prabhu, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you for the opportunity to share my thoughts. Srila Prabhupada emphasized that Srimad Bhagavatam is the foundation of spiritual life in the modern age. It's not mere text, it's the living scripture that carry the potency of the Parampara and the essence of the Vedic knowledge. Just as the body needs the food, the soul thrives on spiritual knowledge. Daily reading keeps the consciousness elevated and the heart aligned with the Krishna. So the regular engagement with the transcendental literature purifies our mind from material distraction, illusion, and anxieties. So the teaching cultivates a bhakti, helping one develop love for Krishna through the understanding his glories, pastimes, and the instructions. Srimad Bhagavatam offers the practical wisdom for navigating life challenges with the clarity, humility, and the purpose. So, reading the Srimad Bhagavatam daily is like watering the root as a tree. It nourishes every aspect of our life. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Very nice, Prabhu. I think you made a very good summary write up. I think it covered the entire importance, the need, and then why are we doing all these things. I think you summarized very nicely. The last point you mentioned is also very important. It nourishes, like you water the root exactly at the right point of time. It nourishes the entire whole plant part of it, right? So very nice. Thank you so much, Prabhu. So last we have Paramagouranga Prabhu. Paramagouranga Prabhu, please. He is also part of our company's group, studying along with Balakrishna Prabhu, Tulsi Charan Prabhu, and others also. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. I will continue further on the watering the plant. I mean, it's a devotional service or bhakti lata base we say, and then the plant grows, and then in all the lectures I used to always hear that Bhagavatam is a ripened fruit. It's the sweetest one and things. And really, when you read the content of it, each verse, the purport which Prabhupada has given, you really feel the taste of that it is really so nice that you get detachment from other material, engagement which you do. Maybe somebody want to see movies, somebody want to see some serials, other thing, but you found more interest in this literature and scriptures when you start reading. So the taste get developed into it. like one of the purport which I can quote here is 177, where Prabhupada gave the emphasis on hearing. And actually, the sentence in the purport, when we start reading, right, the first thing they mention is that when we are awake, we can protect ourselves with our hands and things, but when we are sleeping, the only thing that can protect us is our ear, because that is when somebody want to wake up. So hearing in the ear is so important. And literally, when we read that, right, we relate it to our real life things which are there. And the sloka also gives that it overcomes us from the lamentation, the fear, and all these things. And when we read all those things, it actually makes us feel that yes, that's the truth which is there. Also, it is mentioned that the more we read this Bhagavatam, we feel the love, because we get the taste, we feel the love with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because in Bhagavad Gita, we say that the Prakriti, the living entity, is a Prakriti, and Sanskrit word for the Prakriti is a feminine word. So it's like Jiva, we are the feminine, and we found that love to the Supreme Personality. So we get in love with that more and more as we read. And a lot of stories which are related with Chitraketu Maharaj, Narad Muni, they really inspires us that these are the things how come we can overcome from this material world and get engaged more into the devotional service. Hare Krishna.
Very nice, touching, very nice, Prabhu. I think all of us agree one specific point, like how Paramaguru Prabhu mentioned about importance of that Nigama Kalpatororupalim Phalam Sukhamukha Amurta Dhavya Samyutam. Okay, Pipada Bhagavatam Rasamalayam Muhuraho Rasika Bhuvi Bhavukaha. That Sukhamukha Amurta Dhavyam, like that the rasam, that the highest taste, or that the ripened fruit. Absolutely, I think all of us are not only just spiritual enjoyment, but more in terms of how do we manage our regular spiritual practice, and as well as face the material problems. I think usually in our GRS we always say for all kind of material problems, only thing is the spiritual solution, and only spiritual solution is through reading Bhagavatam and then following our service and sadhana. Right. So I think thank you, wonderful. I think all of us got this opportunity to share this to a wider audience, and we have different groups also. Like one some Mataji was mentioning, what kind of Bhagavatam study groups are there? And I was telling, it's not just kind of only Mataji's group. I know there's a very strong Mataji's group who have been doing it for many decades now. Then we have small Prabhuji's group also studying individually. Then we have family groups also, like among individual families, like father, mother, daughters, and son. They read it together as a family on a daily basis. Or like how we do on a Prabhuji's group, there are Mataji's groups specifically, and I know some children, like young youth also, I know some of them, they study on a weekend basis, at least 1 hour to 2 hours they sit and then do it. So across Singapore, we have these various study groups also. So I want to take an opportunity. If anybody is interested, please reach out to throughout Singapore. We have many study groups. Let us all pray at the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada, our founder Acharya, on this Badra Poornima day. And then also in the coming years, we want to have their blessings, and our Acharyas also continue to inspire, continue to give us guidance on reading the Srimad Bhagavatam, and then get to grow on our spiritual path and bless all of us on this Badra Poornima. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.